So I've been talking about doing some gun reviews for Modern Combat Blackout for some time now, and since you guys been just in the comments hitting me up nonstop, I gotta bless y'all with a review. So today we're actually gonna jump into the review of the Jolt7, which is the MP5 in Modern Combat Blackout. And if there's any weapons you want to see a review on, make sure you leave them in the comment section down below. Type in whatever gun you want to see, whichever one gets the most votes or anything of that nature. I'll make sure I knock that one out for you guys, as long as I can grind it out on this account, because I'm only level 46 and my other one's 81. So without further ado, guys, that's enough talk. Let's go ahead and jump into the review of the MP5 in Modern Combat Blackout.
You know how much I love that Nintendo Switch!
What's going on, Switch fam? It is your boy QKG, and let's dive into our first gun review of the Jolt7 MP, which is just the MP5 in Modern Combat Blackout. So before I jump into how I feel about the weapon, I always want to cover the stats. So we're going to take a look at these stats real quick. We have a 895 when it comes to the rate of fire. So this is actually going to be a really high rate of fire compared to the first 3 SMGs you get, because this will be one of the beginner guns that a lot of people are going to be playing. So if you are someone who's new to the game, this may be a weapon you might want to gravitate to just by looking at the stats. But when you get to the accuracy, it's going to have 38, to where the other two are actually going to be lower, to where the vector is more of like 37, which isn't too off, and then the very first SMG you get, which is kind of like a mini Uzi, is actually going to be 20% accuracy, but it feels like I hit more shots than that, which is kind of odd. And when we look at the damage, you're going to have a 10 damage, which is going to be anywhere from up close to 12 meters out, and then once you get to around 20 meters, it starts to drop off, and then it completely drops off at 34 meters, and it will be a flat 8 damage. So when it comes to the damage of this weapon, since it has a high rate of fire, I have noticed when it comes to gunfights, if you hit all your shots, they get Swiss cheese no problem. But since it has such a high rate of fire, if people are moving from side to side really quick and outstrafing you, I have noticed that I can miss a lot of shots, which kind of feels weird, because with a gun with a slower fire rate, even when they're strafing me or outstrafing me, I'm still able to hit more shots, especially with the first SMG. But it feels like with this gun, I had a little bit of a difficulty actually hitting shots whenever it came to a lot of quick engagements. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things I absolutely love about the weapon. Right off the bat, you start off with 35 rounds in your magazine. When you compare it to the Vector and the default SMG you get, the default SMG you get 25 rounds, and then the Vector you get 24 rounds. So it clearly has it beat by 10 rounds, and those are actually going to come in handy, especially when you're in a gunfight, because there have been times where I would get to the just a little bit, maybe having 3 bullets left if I had a really quick kind of fight, to where a lot of people are doing a lot of strafing and I may be missing some shots here and there. So it actually is kind of a saving grace having those extra rounds in there. And when it comes to the attachments, you can only get the muzzle attachment, the magazine, and the sight. You actually don't get a barrel attachment, so you can't put any foregrips on to up your accuracy, but you can only put some suppressors or like some muzzle brakes here and there, and just get an increased ammo count and actually a different sight. And speaking of the sight, I have to say the irons on this gun are really clean. It gives me a Modern Warfare 2 FAMAS type of feel. The irons are pretty clear. I don't really see myself having an issue landing shots with the irons. I actually do prefer the irons just how they are. Maybe a red dot here and there if you're having some issues with it, because this gun can have a bit of some muzzle flare here and there, but it's nowhere near the default SMG, which you can honestly just put on like some type of muzzle brake or like a flash hider just to reduce some of that flash so you're able to hit more shots. But honestly, when it comes to this weapon, I had no issue using the irons. I think they were very clean. But in this game where you're not really penalized for putting on more attachments or anything of that nature, but if you like a certain sight, definitely customize this boy. Definitely deck it out. I don't really put suppressors too much on a lot of SMGs. If it's a little bit on the weak side, I try to stay away from it, because it's gonna really affect your range and it's gonna make it feel like you're shooting marshmallows out your weapon. So I usually just go like a flash hider, honestly. Like, I put something on there just to reduce the flash so I'm able to hit more shots. And honestly, I mean, the magazine, let's be honest, you get more rounds. It's just simple math. You get more bullets, get more kills. That's all there is to it. Now, I will say some of the drawbacks about the weapon would definitely have to be the hip-fire spread. It seems like, especially when you have a close encounter fight, when I was using the default weapon and first leveling up, I found it was very easy for me to have a hip fire fight with someone. Whether with this gun, it seems like I miss a lot more shots just because your crosshairs and your hip fire accuracy is going to be kind of wide. When you use the Red 34, you kind of notice this really quick. I'm able to hip fire, or even using like the futuristic AK that's going to be in the sapper class, I'm actually really able to hip fire a lot more people and actually hit like my first 3 shots no problem. But this weapon, it seems like I do miss a lot of shots, especially if I'm doing like a lot of hip fire fights. So when it comes to this weapon, aiming down the sights can help, but when it comes to a really quick engagement, sometimes that can hinder you, just because of the fact that when you do aim down the sight when you're shooting, you actually stop and then you aim in and then you shoot. So there's like a little mini pause between aiming and shooting if you decide to get into a gunfight and you need to aim down the sight real quick. So that little pause can actually get you killed. So to wrap up this gun review, what I recommend jumping into this game and putting some time and effort into this weapon, I would have to say, honestly, yeah, when it comes to the first 3 SMGs you get, I would definitely have to say go with the default SMG, but you are going to end up running out of ammo occasionally, so I would say try the Jolt out, see how it feels, experiment with some of the attachments, see how clean the irons are. If you don't like the irons, definitely just slap a red dot on that boy. But I come to really enjoy that weapon a little bit more, but there is actually a SMG that I enjoy a lot more than this weapon. And just in case if any of you guys guess in the comment section down below, that will definitely end up being a gun review at some point, or heck, even the next gun review. So that would have to end it off for this gun review for the Jolt7, which is just the MP5. So any type of gun reviews you want to see from your boy, leave them in the comments down below. Type the gun's name in the comments section, whichever one gets the most likes or which one I see the most, anything of that nature, leave it in the comments down below and chop it up with your boy. Let me know how you're enjoying the game, let me know what games you're looking forward to on the Nintendo Switch, anything of that nature. And that would have to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video and you liked what you've seen, make sure you actually hit that subscribe button and join the Switch fam today. I'll always leave my Switch friend code in the comment section on both of my accounts so I can play some games with you guys and communicate with you guys more. So I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys later. This is your boy QKG, and peace out.